Hi everyone! So, ngayong hapon, gumawa naman tayo ng butchi. Ang butchi, very affordable and very easy to prepare. So, pwedeng-pwede mong inegosyo and of course, pwedeng-pwede mong ipakain sa mga mahal mo sa buhay. So, let's start first with the dough. Kailangan mo ng 1 cup na tubig. This is just tap water, room temperature. And kailangan mo ng half a cup of white sugar. Pagaluin mo muna yung tubig tsaka white sugar. O kinakamay ko siya kasi of course, this is a kakanin. So traditionally, talagang we use bare hands. You put rice flour, glutinous rice flour. This is 2.5 cups of glutinous rice flour. So, ibuhos mo lang lahat yung glutinous rice flour mo. Okay? So, you just mix it until it turns into a smooth dough. Pag medyo basa yung dough mo, pwede kang maglagay ng konti lang na glutinous rice flour. So you just keep on mixing it. Gusto mo maging very smooth siya because you want to prevent, gusto mong maiwasan yung may mga buo-buong rice flour. So katulad nito, medyo dumidikit siya sa aking kamay. So kukuha ko ng konting rice flour. Okay, kuha ko ng konti. And then you just mix it hanggat hindi na siya dumidikit sa kamay mo. Okay? Mawawala ang lagkit niyan habang tinatrabaho mo yung dough. Okay? Huwag kang ma-stress. Kung mapapansin mo na, ay, medyo sticky siya. While you rest it, the dough will get better. O, diba? Napapansin niyo, diba, sa mga lessons natin, I've been telling you again and again that dough, mapadun sa iyong milky, cheesy donuts, sa empanada mo. And ngayon, even sa kakanin, pag pinagpahinga mo, pag iniwan mo saglit, it will get better. O, diba? Parang relasyon lang yan. Minsan, you want to give some space. Gusto mong ipahinga ng konti so it can relax and it can get better. So, pag smooth na siyang katulad nito, as you can see, I'm going to divide this 25 grams. Okay? 25 grams per piece. So, lagay natin dyan sa weighing scale. 23 grams, 25, and then lagyan mo lang ng konting flour and then you rest it on the table. Habang pinapahinga mo yan sa mesa, you will notice, no, na medyo matutuyot ng konti yan because mag-e-evaporate yung excess liquid na pumasok dun sa dough. You don't want your dough too stiff or yung masyadong matigas yung dough mo. Because pag ganon, yung butchi mo is matigas din. Gusto mo na medyo tender and pliable. Okay? So I'm going to continue scaling this into 25-gram piece. And then ipapakita ko sa inyong sunod kung papaano maglagay ng panlaman. Okay, so after you scale 25-gram piece, i-roll mo yan isa-isa, o, diba? Gagawin mo, ayan, bobolahin mo. Diba? So, bakit natin ginagawa yan? To keep the dough smooth and so that lahat ng butchi mo will become very consistent, no? Lahat ng ibebenta mo, smooth lahat. Hindi yung isa is tabingi, hindi yung isa ay may butas. Okay? You will achieve consistent product kung talagang well-scaled and smooth yung base mo. So ayan, katulad niyan. Makikita mo, no, one recipe will produce around 24 pieces of butchi. Now next, you put the filling, no? So, I'm using ready-made ube jam. This is the brand that I'm using because I like supporting Laguna products. So this is Kayumanggi from Laguna. It's very delicious and at the same time, it's also very affordable. You can find this in supermarkets. Pero syempre, kung gumagawa ka ng ube halaya na homemade, I'm sure mas masarap ang gawa mo, pwedeng yun ang ilagay mo sa loob. You can also put mongo filling. Actually, kahit na anong filling, pwede mong ilagay. Okay? O, di ba? Sa butche, kahit anong filling, pwede mong ilagay. Pero, yung feelings mo, huwag mong ilalagay kahit kanino ha, kasi delikado yan. Dito mo na lang ibuhos sa butche. Okay? So, this is how you put the filling, no? So, i-flatten mo muna ng konti yung iyong butchi, and then, lagyan mo ng filling sa gitna. Lagyan mo ng filling sa gitna. Ayan, ganyan. Okay? And then, i-seal mo yan. You just seal it. Just seal it like that. Parang gumagawa ka lang din ng empanada. Pag medyo nagsistick, o katulad nito, nagstick siya sa kamay ko, maglalagay ako ng konting rice flour. Rice flour, and then, bilugin mo lang siya. Okay, you have one. Let's do it one more time, but better. Maglalagay ako ng rice flour sa kamay ko. You flatten it. Lagay na lang natin sa table para mas kita nyo and mas hindi dumidikit. And then you put the ube filling. O diba, parang you might be asking, parang ang dami kong nilalagay na ube filling kasi masarap yung talagang ramdam na ramdam mo, may balance. Hindi yung ang na-feel mo lang and then you just close it slowly. Hindi yung ang na-feel mo lang is yung malagkit, no? You want to feel the feeling as well. Okay, rice flour. Okay, one more. Okay, finlat kong ganyan. And then, you put again ube filling. You need to put it here kasi may hirapan akong ilagay yung filling. Okay. And then you seal slowly. And then, i-roll mo lang ulit. Okay? So, that's how you do the ube. Now, if you want, kailangan pag ni-roll mo, magiging smooth kasi you don't want the dough, the outside, nabubuka. Okay? Kung nahihirapan ka dahil masyadong malambot yung dough, what you can do is pwede kang magdagdag ng additional na rice flour dun sa pinaka-dough mismo. But when I was testing the recipe, again, pag masyadong matigas kasi yung dough, ang nangyayari is matigas din yung finished product ng butchi. Di ba masarap yung when you take a bite, talagang malambot. So konting tiyaga lang pagka nagro-roll ka. Now, another delicious flavor that you can put is cheese, no? So, let's put cheese. This is quick melt cheese. Maglagay ka lang ng isang square. Normally, mga 10 to 15 grams yung square na ilalagay mo. Bakit may sukat? Kasi, hindi ka pwedeng maglagay ng mas madami pa yung filling kaysa dun sa pinaka-dough mo. Dahil ang mangyayari naman doon, magte-tear apart yung dough mo. Okay, so you put, this is 15 grams. Actually, masyadong madami na tong 15 grams. And then, i-roll mo. Sa cheese, you have to be extra careful. Kasi, pagka hindi mo na-seal ng maayos yung labas, magbe-burst out yan. Hihiwalay ko yung cheese. Okay, let's do one more of the cheese. Now, I'm going to give you a very important tip when doing this. Hindi po ako expert ng paggawa ng butchi or kakanin, but when I was testing the recipe, ito yung observation ko. kailangan ang filling na ilalagay mo is room temperature. Huwag ka maglalagay ng filling na malamig. O, di ba? Dapat hindi malamig ang iyong feelings. Alright? Hindi dapat malamig ang feelings. Bakit? Kasi pag malamig yung feeling na nilagay mo sa loob, it will produce steam. Pag nag-produce ng steam yung feeling mo, okay, bubukas yung iyong dough. Pag nangyari yon, mako-contaminate yung iyong mantika. Okay? So you see? Very nice, no? So what I'm going to do, tatapusin ko yung pagbabalot nito. I'm going to show you one more cheese. Nakikita mo, no? Habang napahinga mo dyan, mas nagiging less sticky yung iyong dough. Yan yung binabanggit ko sa inyo kanina. Kasi nag-e-evaporate yung kanyang excess moisture. Okay? So I'm going to finish rolling these. And then I'm going to show you the next step. Okay, dahil ngayon, usong-uso ang ube, di ba? Gustong mapasa pandesal, sa cake, kung saan-saan natin nilalagay. Naisip kong gumawa ng ube cheese buchi. Paano naman gawin yan? Ginawa ko na to kanina nung nagtetest ako ng recipe. Yung dough mo ng buchi, bawasan mo ng 2 tablespoons yung tubig. Okay? So, binawasan mo ng 2 tablespoons yung tubig, palitan mo naman ng 2 tablespoons ng ube flavoring. Yung dough mo. Okay? Pagkatapos, ito yung gamitin mo, lagyan mo ng filling. Kagaya niya, ito, lalagyan ko siya ng cheese. Mapapansin mo, medyo iba yung texture kasi syempre, may iba ding ingredients yung flavoring. Okay? And then you have your ube buchi. Okay? So now, paano mo i-dress yan? First, you need to dip, ito yung ating cheese buchi, nalagyan na namin ng filling, you need to dip it in water. After dipping it in water, yung isang kamay mo lang yung gagamitin mo, i-dip mo naman sa sesame seeds. I-roll yung mong mabuti sa sesame seeds. Okay? So that's it. And then, balik mo lang dyan. It's ready for frying. You dip it in water. Halugin mo ng konti. And then, on sesame seeds. Okay? Ito naman yung ating ube buchi. Dip it in water. Shake it. Sesame seeds. And then, this is the ube cheese buchi. Medyo magkukulay violet lang yan tubig. Pag nilubog mo yan. And then, sesame seeds. Okay? So, ganyan lang kasimple. I'm going to finish dipping this in sesame seeds, and then after that, ipapakita ko na sa inyo kung paano ito lutuin. Okay, so before I fry it, medyo iro-rolyo ko siya ulit to make sure that the sesame seeds will really stick onto the buchi para hindi siya yung nahuhubad during frying. So makikita mo dito, nag-test fry na ako and they're really nice. Medyo magpa-puff yan, no? Paglabas ng mantika. The oil has to be really hot, approximately 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So yan, ilagay mong ganon. But not too hot na mahihilaw naman yung loob nung iyong buchi. Okay? So pakonti-konti muna ako magfa-fry. I'm going to put the flame on medium. And what's very useful when you're frying the buchi is this one, tong chopstick mo. Yan yung ipanghalo-halo mo. Okay? So over here, nagsisimmer ako ng tubig. Yung same dough, did you know, you can also use it for palitaw. So, i-roll mo lang yan, i-flatten mo, and then ilagay mo sa simmering water. Pag lumitaw, luto na yung iyong palitaw. Okay? So, this is ube palitaw. Pero pwede ka din naman gumamit nung plain na malagkit mo. Okay? You can do mini palitaw. Bigger palitaw. And then, pwede mo din yang gawing bilo-bilo. So, meron ako dito. Teka, tingnan muna natin to. Baka nasusunog na. Mabilis lang frying yan. Meron ako ditong simmering coconut milk. Ilagay mo lang yung binilog mo. Ayan. Talaga mahirap pag pinagsasabay-sabay mo. Medyo na-toast siya. But actually, that's also delicious. Even toasted. So, balik tayo dito sa bilo-bilo. And sa palitaw, bibilugin mo lang to. And then, ilagay mo lang dyan sa coconut milk. That is just coconut milk with some sugar. Konting white sugar. Okay? Ganun din, pag nag-float na siya dun sa surface ng coconut milk, ibig sabihin, luto na yung bola-bola. What I'm going to do is lalagyan ko yan ng konting langka. This is just bottled langka para magkaroon ng flavor yung iyong gata. Okay? And then for the palitaw, katulad nitong maliit, you see, nagfo-float na siya sa surface. Ganun lang kasimple. You will see just by using one formula, ang dami mo palang pwedeng magawa. For the topping ng palitaw, you can combine sugar, white sugar, and toasted sesame seeds. You just blend the two together. This will be the topping of your palitaw. Wala kasi kaming nyog because after lunch ko nang naisip itong recipe na to. So katulad nito, lumitaw na siya, di ba? Your palitaw is already cooked. You can put it there. Maganda ba siyang nasa banana leaf or parang hindi nakikita yung texture, no? Let's just put it there. And then you can put the sugar topping. O, di ba? How amazing. Siguro laki-lakihan natin. I'll make some more. And then I'm going to continue frying the butchi. And then lastly, ipapakita ko sa inyo yung ating mga finished products, yung mga nagawa natin using this very basic recipe of the butchi or malagkit dough. Ayan, pag nagpiprito ka talaga, medyo mababawasan ng freshness mo, no? So this one, ito yung kanina, nung tinetest natin yung mantika, yung medyo natusta, you will notice, ipapakita ko na sa inyo so that you will not achieve the same problem. Yung medyo nahilaw yung malagkit sa loob. Kasi nga, masyadong mainit yung mantika, no? The oil is too hot, so what's going to happen is, yung labas niya, sunog na, yung loob hindi pa masyadong luto. So this one, ito na yung cheese butchi. Kanina ko pa to piniprito all over medium-low flame para siguradong lutong-luto yung loob, no? You will notice, pag talagang yung cheese ang ginagawa mo, medyo magba-brown yung labas kasi yung milk solids nung cheese lumalabas during the frying. But okay lang yan, maganda naman siyang tignan. So again, remember, wag mong ipiprito sa napakainit na mantika because what's going to happen is the outside will toast, hindi pa naluluto yung loob. So hahanguin ko na tong aking cheese butchie and then I'm going to show you the finished products. Okay? Ayan na ba? O na sila? So, tinitikman ko na. Yung bola-bola is super tender. You would know if you really use good quality malagkit. If the malagkit or yung kinakain mong bola-bola is very tender, walang sabit. Pag puro, walang sabit yan. Alam ko madami magtatanong sa inyo, what brand am I using? I'm using this. This is from Thailand. So it's really obvious na hindi ako ini-sponsor niyan. Kasi I've tried many brands of glutinous rice flour, but this one is really good. Walang aftertaste. You can buy this from grocery stores, no? I-zoom mo ulit para makita nila. So, ito yung, ayan. So, yan. Screenshot nyo na yan. This is the ginataang bola-bola with langka. Ginamit natin dito yung ube na how do you call this? Bola-bola. And then this is the butchie. So, papakita ko sa inyo yung cheese. Ooh! O, diba? May balance yan ng sweetness and texture. Actually, pag lumamig-lamig ng konti ito, mas masarap, no? Kasi, medyo nagsosolidify yung cheese. Pero ngayon, masarap din yan. This is the palitaw, which is also very, very tender. Ayan o, makikita mo. Pagka hinihiwa mo, di ba? Kitang-kita mo na talagang malagkit. Okay? And let's also try it. Excuse me. So, you will see, di ba? Kagaya ng palagi kong sinasabi sa inyo, when you know the basics, when you know, you can. Hindi lang daw ito. Bakit daw? Kasi, because I've been telling you, I'm not expert when it comes to kakanin. So, I have to consult my nanay. So, sabi niya, hindi lang yan ang magagawa mo using that base. Madaming klase pa ng panghimagas, pangmerienda, pangnegosyo ang magagawa mo by using that basic base. So, subukan nyo na. Pagkakitaan nyo na, and kahit GCQ na, stay at home, stay safe, and I'll see you again very soon. Take care!